And indeed, a sad state of affairs, of a perennial conflict that seems to have no end in sight. And John Allan Namu is still with me to just give us some perspective on this. This happens year after year, from last year into this year. The attacks come up, they slow down, come up again, and then things go quiet. What would the permanent solution be, and why can't that be found?
Well, in terms of the perennial nature of the attacks, especially after the 2013 election, that became exacerbated by the political situation. As Ian Wafula said in his story, the fact that the Dagodia are a majority in Wajir and the Gare are a majority in Mandera, and the leadership reflects that in both of these counties, that shows that there's going to be a bit of a conflict in terms of the resources, in terms of access, and that, of course, will spin into an actual physical contest. But the reason why it's also so perennial is because that area has never been demilitarized. Both the Gare and the Dagodia have militia groups that operate within that area and can be activated like that, with contributions funded mainly by people from Nairobi. So the attacks don't just have a very local aspect to them. There's also a regional aspect to them in terms of the people who support them, and the fact that a lot of these fighters also come from across the border, but they have linkages to the people on the ground.
So it's a political thing. Of course, that's what's exacerbated it, like you said. What can the government do in terms of that? Because just the fact that it's political doesn't mean that the government can't put a stop to what's going on there.
No, and that's true, Yvonne. And the government should know that. They should be able to step up and be able to play an important role in, if not bringing these two sides to the table, at least stopping the fighting there. To say that the government is absent from Lamu is a misnomer, from Ramu, beg your pardon, is a misnomer. The military is there. All of the units of the government in terms of the police and security are down in Ramu and down in Mandera. Why haven't they been able to stop the fighting? Again, the reason goes back to how heavily militarized these two militia groups are, to the extent that an open conflict for them could be tougher to resolve than people think.
Indeed. Some pertinent questions then. We'll continue to follow this, and we thank you for being with us. And